One day, he serendipitously met her like a nomadic forager who comes across a temporary shelter. And slowly they became better friends who always talk to each other. But the taste of a bit of nectar enraptured the bee and captured the blurry picture in his imagination. He finally knew what he sought after, and its name was desire. He wanted more from her, from that towering flower, a lot more from that beautiful blossom which had a waft of fragrance that was full of seductive powers. But soon spring got over and the blazing summer turned her sour. Then she started swaying in the monsoon showers, which made it impossible for him to properly stick to her wet dancing anthers. Then the petals began to wilt, resembling a melting sculpture of wax or ice, and the stem began to droop, just like some fractured, stooping spinal structure of a hunchback. By the time winter arrived, a friendship that had until then thrived and survived suddenly died. Thus, nature had a nasty effect on what could have been so perfect, affecting it by inflicting crippling blows and by drastically altering and deflecting its course. Meanwhile, the insect was faced with the conflict of interest to abjectly surrender and keep wondering where they had blundered, or to fight with all his might and do something that was right, like a noble warrior. He chose to do the latter, and so he looped through the air and swooped down to reach his destination just like a kite. And amid the bright twilight, as the golden sun drowned into the westward horizon, the lonely vector collected pollen and hugged her until she was successfully resurrected. But it was in the form of a fruit which would grow roots and offshoots in the future. And that was when he realized that she would never be his. All they had between them was just a symbiosis. And so he left her after gifting her a new life, and without feeling sorry nor knowing whether she had wept or not, he hurriedly disappeared into the opacity of the night. Does a bee really care once it is done with the share of beauty? Please tell me, because I was speaking about myself metaphorically in the story.